What's up, YouTube? I'm coming to you from the world's most colorful hotel room, and I'm going to give you 5 quick tips for doing quick cut editing in your videos. So maybe you're trying to speed up the edits in your videos and you feel like it's just not coming out right. Maybe it's confusing, maybe the shots don't seem to fit together and tell any sort of a story when you put them really fast. You know, I had problems like this for years. I just worked on it over and over and over and eventually came up with a few guidelines that I follow that help me to get pretty consistently good results when I'm speeding up my edits and doing fast cut editing. Okay, tip number 1, shoot for fast edits by simplifying your shots. The less time we have to see the shot, the less time the brain has to register what the heck this shot is. So you should simplify the subject of the shot. And there's a few ways to do that. Center your subject. When we're watching a video, our brains tend to focus on the center before moving out to the edges of the frame. So keep the important stuff in the center because that's where people are usually going to be looking first. Also, you might want to consider zooming in on your subject because the closer we are to a subject, the less background distraction there is, the easier it is to focus. And then finally, using silhouettes is a great way to simplify a shot and have it register quickly with the mind. We can register the silhouette of a person within the space of a couple frames or less, actually. Tip number 2, punch in and out of your subject to keep your viewer oriented spatially. Try shots where you start wide on a subject and then immediately punch in. Or conversely, you can start close on a subject and then punch out to a wider shot. Tip number 3. Keep the subject moving in the same screen direction from shot to shot. So what is screen direction, in case you're not familiar with the term? It's the direction things are moving in the 2D world of the screen that they're watching. There's screen right, screen left, screen up, screen down. So whatever direction you choose for your fast cut montage, try to keep that consistent from shot to shot if you want those shots to be associated with each other. It just helps create a better feeling of flow for the audience between the shots. If your subject is going the wrong screen direction, sometimes you can fix it in post by flipping the shot. But watch out for things like letters or numbers or anything the audience will identify as being flipped. But what if the shots have no dominant motion at all? Say they're fairly static. Well, you can actually, in post, add a little bit of a digital zoom to each shot. You can sort of create a false dominant motion where everything appears to be constantly zooming in from shot to shot to shot. Tip number 4, follow a dominant shape, color, or luminance between the shots. It creates a sense of intentionality between the shots and a sense that things are happening for a reason.
The paper tigers roar at noon.
And tip number 5, establish a cause and effect between shots. So this is where one shot cleverly completes what was started in another shot. You create all these unexpected connections between seemingly unrelated things. It helps to create a feeling of story. You start the story in one shot and you finish the story in another shot. Try to train yourself to see the kinds of things that will create this effect in editing. So those are my tips for fast cuts. Please click like, subscribe, and if you want to know more about the gear that I use, please just click show more in the description. I'll see you next time.